After calling this van our home for the last 1.5 years, it's time to unpack it and give it a clean because this van is an absolute mess.
Welcome! So we have drove Fergus 500 kilometers from Spain back to Ireland, and this is what the van looks like. It is an absolute mess. So we have a big job to get it cleared out and get it clean because this has been our home for 1.5 years. It's absolutely filthy. This right here is a new fuel tank, so hopefully that will fix all our fuel issues. Right down here is a new battery. That's going to be in another video, so stay tuned for that. So now it's time to clear this whole entire van out. We have our work cut out, so let's go.
Look at this. We barely fit in it.
It is an absolute mess. We have oil, we have coolant, we have our old starter, which was a big problem for us. We have our new battery, which is humongous. We have a lithium battery, so that's going to go in the next video. We just have so much stuff. Let's get cracking and clean it out. But first, I think we should clean the outside of it because, as you can see, it's full of salt, full of sand, full of dirt. I've never seen Fergus look like this, so I think we wash it.
I haven't seen Fergus this clean in months. I can still remember when we were in Portugal and it was just covered in dust.
So now that Fergus is all clean, it's time to get rid of everything that is inside this van because, trust me, we have a lot of stuff. So the first thing that we notice is this old starter motor. You could remember that from the video where our starter went and we had to replace it. This here is the original starter and just seemed too good to throw out, so we're going to try and fix it. It's going to be a little project. This is a monstrosity of a battery that we are going to be putting in Fergus. We are going to be replacing the leisure battery for this lithium 200 amp hour leisure battery, which should give us loads of power. And we just have a mountain of stuff. Our old gas, because we couldn't get it filled in Spain, we had to get the camping gas, so this here took up a lot of space. We have our Omnia oven, we have some spare coolant, some spare oil, we have our toolkit, we just have bags and bags of stuff, boxes of stuff, Spanish food that we took over because we can't get any here in Ireland, and yeah, just a mountain of stuff. Don't worry, we didn't take the cat from Spain. That is Trixie. The size of this battery. Here we have the good starter motor. Comment down below if you remember me and Annie changing this in like 30 seconds. It was probably the fastest ever starter change. And yeah, I think this was our issue. These are the trims that go inside the door frame for your window. I think we could have built another van with all the spare parts we have. We even have a spare window. So lucky enough we had somewhere to store all these spare parts, so we didn't drive around Portugal and Spain with a spare window with us, so that was handy. We could store this away, pick it up just before we went to the ferry. But a fun fact, that this window actually came off an ex-army truck, so yeah, pretty cool. Have a little bit of history alongside Fergus. Old parts belonging to Fergus. Come here. So tell me Annie is Spanish without actually telling me she's Spanish. They have found a mountain of Spanish food. Okay, we have some Spanish tomato sauce, but we don't have 3, we have 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 bottles of tomato sauce. Just look at all this food. Tomato sauce, peppers, olive oil, rice, and that is not all olive oil. There's like 6 more bottles. So we still have so much more to clean out. These here are our old window blinds. They are going to go. We are going to make our new ones. Then we got our snow chains that we never used, but we had to get them to drive through the Pyrenees. We looked everywhere for these. Here we have some spare parts. This here is a spare fuel filter, so we can't leave it like that. Well, now that we have the new tank, we shouldn't need this here as much. Nice of you to join us. Since we got back to Ireland, the change in the weather has really got to Annie, and she's not feeling her best. Our mattress topper, but we are on the lookout for a new one because this one has got pretty flat. The cats really love Fergus. Hey! So far we have a cat, we have our power stations, our gas bottle, all oil, cooling, spare parts, boxes of stuff, toolboxes, a massive battery, our old starter, old parts of Fergus, and we still have quite a bit left to go. We have all these cupboards to clear out and all this stuff here. And just like that, it is lashing rain. It's good to be back in Ireland.
Now that the rain seems to stop, we can continue emptying Fergus. The Irish weather is so unpredictable.
So I think the next step is to take all of Annie's Spanish food and get it out of the van because it's taking up quite a bit of space.
I think there's going to be a shortage of tomato sauce in Spain. My Christmas panettone.
Slowly but surely we are getting through this clear out one thing at a time, and next up is all our clothes, which we carried in these kind of packing cubes, and they have been a lifesaver for us because we live in such a small van. Our wardrobe is the size of I don't even know what. In there is all our clothes for the two of us, so we have 3 or 4 packing cubes each, and it just compresses down our clothes into tiny little bundles, and we have lived out of these bags for over a year. So we're going to leave them linked down below, and if you want to get your hands on them, check out the link, and they are on Amazon. There is another one.
Thank you.
And don't forget your hot water bottle.
I was actually looking for this. So.
Clothes
It's not
for
that
a year.
bad, a year and a half. I mean,
What do you think? Eh? For comparison, our wardrobe is about the size of a cat. You can fit a cat in our wardrobe.
something that we should have got at the very start of our trip is a good set of earplugs, because it's not every night that you are sleeping by a quiet river or in a mountain. Sometimes you do end up sleeping in a loud car park or in a busy street. So we have been using these Hear Protect earplugs, and they do help when you're sleeping in one of those really noisy places and you don't want to ruin your following day or your trip. Ear Protect sent us these ones to try out, and we are gonna leave a link down below in the description if you want to check them out.
Let's continue emptying the wardrobe and toiletries and our mechanic workshop.
Which
down
is the
there.
mechanic workshop.
Is that bad? The door's broken. No joke that we have used this cupboard so much that the door has come off the hinge.
It broke on the very last day of the trip.
On the very last day, just before we got on the ferry, this broke. So we need to get it fixed. The amount of stuff that we have in the mechanic cupboard. We have spare belts, hoses, we even have an alternator in there somewhere. We have wire, you name it, we have it. Oh, remember the time we got fuel hose? After the time we had the incident where our fuel tank got clogged, we went to a shop in France and asked for some spare fuel hose, and the guy actually had a T3 like ours, and he gave us like 2 meters of fuel hose for free. The woman actually thought we were robbing it out of the shop, and she's like, are you not paying for this? We're like, no, that guy gave it for free. And then remember we got this?
Yeah, for bleeding the brakes.
For bleeding the brakes. We went to a Chinese shop because we didn't have a pipe small enough, and we got this big roll of, I think, 8mm.
It's for cleaning fish tanks, isn't it?
It's for cleaning fish tanks. It's 8mm tube, and it worked perfectly for going over the brakes, and it was €2.80 for like 5 meters. What else are you finding?
Socks and just things that I didn't know we had.
Things that go missing in this black hole.
Yeah, that's a big black hole. So moving on to behind Shane's seat, we have a load of things. Even though it's very small, let me show you. We have one solar panel.
That is 100 watts.
Yeah, another solar panel.
That is 200 watts. So we have 300 watts of solar behind us.
We have our 2 compacted seats, 1 and 2. Coolant.
More coolant, may I add.
oil.
I just take a minute to look at this cat is not leaving us alone.
No. We got this triangle in northern Spain and we used it at the time of the accident in around Costa Brava.
Good job, you did.
Yeah, because the police came and I think the other boy got a fine because he didn't have one. So. Toilet chemicals. Oh, brake fluid.
Oh, the good old brake fluid.
From the time we were bleeding the brakes like 8 times.
So as we are cleaning out Fergus, we found Riley, which is our #1 subscriber. What do you think of Fergus?
Good.
Bit of a mess, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you want to park up and have the door open and let the wind blow through your van, you will be covered in flies. So that is why a fly net is so important. We just got this one off Amazon. It wasn't even designed for the van and we just cut it to length and put some Velcro around the door, stick this up. Saves us on so many occasions and it's nice and cool in the van, and then this kind of blocks out people looking into the van as well, so highly recommend taking a fly net. We would be lost without it. Underneath the bed we have even more storage, and this here is kind of a place to house everything, out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. What do we have? Well, we have a full set of brake shoes for a T25. Our brakes actually broke on the way back from Portugal, and coming down the hill we had no brakes and we ordered these just to have them so I could change them, and when we went to change them we noticed that just one of the little clips had broken, so we got it welded back together and we were good to go. We don't need them but we will in the future, so it's good to have them. We have a seal for a door. We have this little jerry can with us. Everybody will know this item, the good old tool bag. Saved us so many occasions. I feel like I'm saying this quite a lot. A lot of this stuff has saved us on so many occasions. Jump leads, some medication, some spare fuel hose, and the big T25 jack. Another piece of equipment that you should all take in your van is a high-vis jacket. Especially when we got into the accident, we needed it when we were standing out on the road. So make sure you bring a high-vis jacket with you. I think that's everything. Oh, more cable dice. So down here where we have our wardrobe, we have our gas bottle, and we have even more stuff shoved down in here, so let's get that. So let's see what we have down here. Oh, paint. We have some paint, Volkswagen medium blue for Fergus. We had to get this at the time of the accident and there was some left over, so we still have some spare paint. Some spare gas hose. When we had to change the gas bottle from the Irish one to the Spanish one, we had to get an extra length of hose. We have something funny. We have not one, not two, but 3 hubcaps that belong to Fergus. Now you might be wondering, where is the 4th one? Because Fergus has 4 wheels. But a fun story is, we are in Porto and we are driving along the motorway, and one of these came flying off our wheel and actually overtook us on the motorway, and the people started beeping telling us that our hubcap had fallen off, but it was too far gone, we couldn't stop to pick it up. So we only have 3 of these hubcaps, but luckily I have about 20 of them spare here because of my other cars, so we can go and rob one of these and get them back on Fergus. So we are making good progress on cleaning out Fergus. Now a lot of this stuff you're not going to need when you go in your van. We have been living in the van and we've been gathering up stuff for over a year now, so that's why there's a lot of random things like extra gas hose, and this is the regulator that we had to change. We have paint for the Fergus, we have hubcaps, we have everything. But yeah, that's because we have been living in this for over a year, gathering up so much stuff, so you will not be needing all of this when you go away in your van. And if you made it this far in the video, please make sure to like and share the video, and we are almost at 4,000 subscribers, so if you could hit that subscribe button, that would mean the world to us.
Subscribe to the channel. It's hard to believe the amount of things that we fit in this van. Oh my god, we've been unpacking this van for days now.
This is our 2nd day of unpacking the van. We get asked questions all the time as how are we able to live in such a small van? Do we not get sick of each other? Where is the room? Whatever. But if you can see the amount of stuff that we fit in this tiny space is crazy. If you're smart with your build, you can fit a lot into it. So much can go into a tiny space.
And about getting sick of each other, we do sometimes.
all the time. This here is our table, which is so handy. It's tiny, but it does the two of us. Oh, and remember this?
So this is our biggest regret.
No, this has been our biggest argument when we were building the van.
God.
Annie wanted this.
We haven't said what it is. They are shower curtains.
So Annie had this idea that she wanted to shower in private, and she wanted to put a curtain around the back door so she could have a shower and nobody could see her. And we went and we bought these shower curtains.
Can't get them out. We've never used them.
We have never even touched them in the last year and a half, and we had to put hooks and everything up for her.
Yeah. So we
never used them. You don't need them.
We put hooks on our back door so we could hang the curtain through this here vice. We've never used it because we have only used our shower for like getting like salt off us or whatever. We haven't really like actually showered, and I don't know, I just was not comfortable showering without a curtain. And there's not only one, but there's two of these.
What?
There should be another one there.
Brand new, never used, we'll sell them for a good price.
Biggest regret.
I can't believe it's true.
Oh, do you not know those two?
No, I thought there was one.
These here are one of the best things we carried with us, and they are foldable lunch boxes, so they are so convenient because they take up no room, and then you don't have to cook every day. You can just heat food up from another day. So one of the best things we took. Under my seat we have this inverter, so to be able to charge things while we're driving, you just plug it into your cigarette lighter, and then you have 230 volts out here. And I think, yeah, it also has 2 USB ports here. The shed from Santiago de Compostela.
This chain broke off the drawer and it kept sliding open, so we had to use some tape.
And it still wouldn't really work, so I had to hold it when we were going left.
Fergus is slowly falling apart.
Yeah, he needed a break.
Down here in the passenger footwell where Annie was, that is where we kept all our shoes. And we need a new idea. Where can we put our shoes? If you have an idea, leave it down in the comments.
Like, all this fits in there beside the fridge. Like, there's things literally in every little corner in this van. Oh my god, look what I've just found! Our cabin keys for our ferry going over the first time. 𝗪𝗪𝗣𝗪𝗪 13th of July 2022. Look what I found! Look at...
Cabin 6803.
Yeah.
This here is what Annie has been waiting for to do for like what? Months.
We were in Portugal and the van was like so sandy, and I'm like, I just cannot wait to clean it. Here's where the fun starts. How many times?
Until it starts.
Like that? Oh.
These city people haven't a clue what they're doing. Okay, I'll do it. Fergus is looking so clean, and all the dust has been blown out. Finally feels good to be in a clean van. Fergus is all cleaned out. It has never been as clean. Probably the cleanest has been since we built the van, so it's so nice to have the van completely free of dust, sand, everything that we gathered up over the year of traveling around Spain, France and Portugal. We never really got to give it a good enough clean, so thank God that is done. But now we have a couple of more videos to make of things we have to do to Fergus, because there is a few upgrades that we are doing, like for example changing the fuel tank. We are upgrading our electrical system. We're doing more bits and pieces to the van to make it a little bit more easier to live in, and we have a few exciting videos of travelling around Ireland, so stay tuned. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye.